Yes, if you're watching our previous vlogs, yesterday was Coco Cay. We're on a 7-day adventure on the freedom of the seas. And today is Nassau. It was supposed to be Labadee, but we're here at Nassau. It's okay. It's great trade for me, I feel. And tomorrow, like my cousin was saying back there, we have a sea day. And then we'll be heading to Jamaica and Georgetown, Grand Cayman on our 7-day journey.
Over 200 years old.
Oh my goodness.
So the top coming down 5 minutes later today. It's called a banyan tree. Morning, my name is Clement. They call me Island Boy. I'm not those guys on TikTok and YouTube, even though you may say something. This is the younger tree, that one there. Now mama, this tree here.
This is the younger
Africa
tree, he
India,
said.
come get a picture of it. In Africa and India, you cannot touch it. It's sacred. They say when Moses made sacrifices to the Lord, they built altars underneath these trees. It's called a banyan tree. The shaggy roots on the right-hand side, when it hits the dirt, it's going to turn into a stick like the one on the side of it. And if you look here on the walls, you will see the chisel marks on the walls. Morning, my name is Clement. They call me Island Boy. I'm not those guys on TikTok and YouTube, even though you may see me there. Now, the first thing my mama say, where there's queen, must be king. See, we have the princess that's here too also. Welcome. Now, folks, I'm going to give you some history, let you know what this is you're looking at. But first, we're going to start it like this. Bahamas experience. You could find true romance. So much to see, so much to do. Island Boy is glad to have the privilege to share it with you. Welcome. Now, folks, what you're looking at is not an act of nature. It took 600 women, men, and children working 18 hours a day, 16 years to hand carve, using no dynamites, no explosive, just cold hammers. All of this started in Virginia, Remington, Virginia, a very historical British territory in America. Lord Dunmore was an ex-governor, slave master. He made the British felt that the French and Napoleon was going to attack the Bahamas. So the British funded him to build the forts. But instead, he went into West Africa, mainly Ghana, taking 600 women, men, and children, bringing them here and enslaving them and forcing them to hand carve this out, using no dynamites, no explosive, just coal, chisel, and hammer, taking everything to the top to build the forts. If you look at the forts around the islands, they look like old steamroller ships. The reason being why, imagine, in the 1700s, there was nothing out there. And if you are passing by boat and you saw those forts with those cannons on them and steam coming from the top, you would assume that this is sea and not land. An illusion the British used to protect their territory. Now, in case of an attack, Rich and we in the Bahamas, you can listen in if you want to. In case of an attack, Rich and we in the Bahamas never got attacked. They missed us and ended up hitting Haiti, turning Haiti into a French territory. Now, in case of an attack, the governor and his family would go into the governor's mansion, coming through a tunnel, bringing them here to Fort Finn Castle, coming through the fort, coming out through that frame down there on the wall, making their way back to the pier, where their boats would have been rigged and always waiting. Now, King William really didn't like how Lord Dunmore took in the Africans and enslaving them. So he wrote him a letter telling him, I funded you to build the forts, not to enslave anybody. But he ended up dying in the year 1837. But his niece, Queen Victoria, being 17 at the time, and the longest monarch to ever sit on the throne, other than her great-great-granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II, who stood for 70 years before she passed away on the 6th of September year before last. She, Victoria, knew what her uncle would have wanted. So in the year 1838, on the 2nd of August, on her 18th birthday, she abolished slavery in all British territory. America was 1863, Texas was 1865. We in the Bahamas celebrate Emancipation Day every first Monday in August, America June 10th. Now, the slaves didn't want to come back into this, not because they didn't appreciate her, but because many of those women, men, and children never made it out. Each time a slave would die, they take a piece of flowers or tree leaf, put it in those niches to the bottom to decorate the canyon in memory of those that have passed away. Now the descendants, appreciating her for her kindness, came back here in the year 1901 when Queen Victoria died, using the same chisel and hammers, knowing that you carve stairs from the top coming down, but no, they wanted to carve these stairs from the bottom going up. When they reached the 64, because she reigned for 64 years, they realized that they couldn't get out of the canyon because they got mathematically challenged with the average. So they said, don't worry, be happy, and added 2 more stairs, making it 66, so they could walk themselves out of the depths of slavery back out into freedom. That's how this got the name, the Queen's Staircase. Each stairs represents the year Queen Victoria ruled, except for the additional 2, making a man-made waterfall on the left-hand side. That was done in the year 1969 on the Declaration of Independence, July 10, 1973, naming it Tantrum, meaning an African freedom at last. We in the Caribbean got slavery abolished before America, but America got independence some 200 odd years before us here in the Bahamas. July 10, 1973, we just celebrated 51 years of independence. America, July 4th, 1776, 245 years of independence. Paving the floor, covering stairs, making it 65 if you count it, putting the bricks on it to preserve it, because the Bahamas formation is of limestone and coral. The rocks get corrosive and slippery when wet. Yellow and white building to the end, Princess Margaret Hospital, built in 1952, dedicated to the Bahamian people in the year 1955. That's when the paparazzi took a picture of Princess Margaret and the Admiral, saying that they were in love. They shipped him out to sea, shipped her around the Caribbean. 2020 is history wrote itself. Meghan said, no, it's not happening to me. She grabbed Harry by the shirt, dragged him to America. They got married. The monarchy couldn't stop it. He followed his heart. He wanted a normal life. Fort was built in 1793. Fort consists of 3 rooms, dungeon, ammunition room, and rest period room. Original cannons were shipped back to England in the year 1844. White Tower to the top used to hold all the water for the island before we got our infrastructure. That there holds 85,000 gallons of water, 216 feet above sea level, 126 feet tall. That was built in 1928 by the French, same guys that built the Statue of Liberty. It also serves as a lighthouse. The flag that I'm holding is the Bahamas flag. The black is for the strength, courage, and unity of the people. The gold is for the sun. The aquamarine is for the water and the sky. The triangle in the middle, it represents us as a nation moving forward, upward, onward together. Now, I'd like to get a picture with you guys holding the Bahamas flag with this backdrop.